Hello, friends. This is Anana Moon, intuitive spiritual medium and energy practitioner. The podcast, Cruising in the Light and Shadow, returns from break today. There are a few changes coming over the next month. For starters, Cruising will now offer a new show every other Thursday. Here is today's episode with our guest, the divine Daphneleah. I'll be back with more news in 2 weeks. Until then, happy Valentine's Day.
Have you set a course for your life? Do you do that every day? Knowing what you want is intention. Knowing how to get there is a study in conscious action. This is a show about living consciously. It is about our choices, our hopes, our dreams, our work, our loves, our vision, and the practice of healing and becoming. Welcome to Cruising in the Light and Shadow. Hello, I am Sheila Marie, also known as Keecha.
And my name is Anana Moon. Welcome.
So, I get to have one of my friends come.
Yes,
so we're having so much fun, like we're exchanging friends here. Yes. This is my friend Daphneleah, which I still feel like I'm not pronouncing it correctly.
Actually, that was perfect. But you and
great.
That group of circle of friends always say it wrong. And then after, I don't know, some amount of years, I just thought it was like a cute nickname.
So I just go Daph.
Please say your name so I can hear it.
Oh, so she said it right.
Daphneleah.
Daphneleah.
Daphneleah. All right.
That's
because that group of friends always says Daphneleah.
And so I just go Daph. And then my daughter would correct me.
It sounds like a mantra, actually.
Right?
Oh, I
yes,
like that.
It does.
Daphneleah.
Nice.
Well, the mantra of love.
Yeah.
Which, so there's so much to, oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about with you. So I met Daphneleah before my daughter was born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So almost 16, 17 years. Or
Were you at our friend's wedding?
Yes. Dina. Yes.
Then when was that? So around then.
So, yeah.
So
1990.
more. Yeah.
Yeah. And
lovely long relationship.
Yeah. I really do need to have Dina on here because she's mentioned a lot. So Dina had this beautiful wedding, and she gathered friends from all aspects of her life. She's a performer, as well as in spiritual community. And she brought Daph, and we had so much fun together, all these women that met, that we decided to stay in touch, and we kind of created a circle. And so
community.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, so we've experienced a lot of special moments, like when I got pregnant. Daph she had my baby blessing, which was amazing. And it was so beautiful. So the woman with many, many talents, Daphneleah.
Thank you. I like that. It's true.
And she's a Virgo. So tell me about, because when I met Daph, she, I don't know if you were into it, but a few years later, then you mentioned you did body listening.
Right. It was right about that time. So the way it started was my husband was lying on the floor one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know. So he was lying on the floor, and I was like, oh, your arm is saying this. Your leg is saying this. Your hip is saying that. Your head is saying this. And he said, yes, 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 yes. And so then, it just slowly grew slowly. Then somebody else would have a little ailment, and I would say, oh, well, your body wants you to do this and this. And so then more and more and more and more. And then, you go with the flow of the things that are bubbling up inside of you, which is part of what body listening is all about. Listening to the body. Then I went to lots of trainings, touch therapy, spiral door, all these places where I could learn about energy and energy work.
I thought you took an anatomy class or two.
Yeah.
Was it energetic anatomy as well, or
so biology,
biology,
and then energetic. So both. Yeah.
And Daph really likes to study.
What were you doing before that? I was like, yes, I understand that completely. I was like, were you doing energy work prior to this, or what is your spiritual journey as well? Because I'm I have a whole thing about where your spiritual energy takes you, and particularly when you get to body work, you've probably been down many roads, and my whole thing, of course, is a lot about intuition. So I get this sense that you are clairvoyant, clairsentient, certainly. First and foremost is what it feels like, and clairvoyant as well. And I also feel you see color.
Okay, so let's start at the last question.
Yes, let's go all the way back. Well, it's suddenly something I honed in on. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I like the enthusiasm. Okay, so what body listening is today,
yes,
for me, is I'm empowering women to claim their health and reach their goals. So what I'm doing is paying attention to the conversation of the body, the communication, and then I'm receiving the signals. So what I do is I translate that back to the person. I also teach the person how to listen to it themselves. Then I do laying on of the hands. So we do energy work. And the first thing that happens is that stress leaves the body because it feels heard. Yes. And then if the person takes the actions that the body was asking from them, then the shifts start happening. So then the spiritual work, as I become more conscious, as I do more work, then the work I present is better. I can listen better. So it started from that, just playing with my husband, to really having a lot of skills and tools to be accurate.
Right.
Yeah.
To clarify.
But you had already started, like you said, you were in Spiral Door. Had you already come to the Goddess community? Yeah, you'd already been in the Goddess community for how long?
I started in 1991.
Okay. A few years before me.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you come to the Goddess community?
I tell this story often because it's hilarious.
Okay. I like hilarious.
Uh-oh, now I set myself
Looking
up.
forward to it now.
It might not be that funny at all. Okay, so my friend saw an ad.
Enjoy it. They'll enjoy it.
My friend saw an advertisement in the paper, and it said something with much stronger wording in the effect of, if you're tired of bad guys in your life, we will help empower you. And my friend, who's super saucy, said, let's do this. So there was a lot of, cloak and dagger to get to the place, or we had to go to the place. So we get to the meeting place, which was near an elementary school. And we all had to leave our cars and get into these 2 vans to go to the next location.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm like, this is not happening.
What are we doing?
Yeah. So we get in the vans. I'm a bit of an adventurer. I'm not. I'm so mild-mannered. And then, I'm doing this.
But she's up for it.
I'm impressed already. Just went ahead and went for it.
So then we get in these vans and we go to the next location. The reason for all of this is because the woman doesn't have enough parking in front of her house.
Oh.
But we thought it was because of the witchy nature.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was Ruth Barrett's house.
And Anna knows Ruth.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when I walked into Ruth's house, you could tell that this was a place that loved women. You know, the particular artwork and the sense in the house was that they respected and honored women. It was the first place I felt that. The second place, and really the only 2 places, the second place was La Leche League.
Oh, yes.
Right? That really honors a woman's body.
Right.
She taught me a lot about that when I was
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honoring the woman.
Yeah.
And so then you came to the Goddess community. You did not only Spiral Door, but you did Sella?
I like learning. I believe in evolution.
Yeah.
Of the consciousness, of the body, of people, of animals, of the planet. I just think evolution is very exciting. I get really excited about evolution because it's spirit moving through all the beings on Earth, sharing love. How are we going to grow? How are we going to love each other? It's the best thing. So I'm always learning. and I go to the next place. What's the next thing that's come to me, right? So at that time, but I had done other spiritual things too. Like I'm just, what's coming, what presents itself, what can I do? So I'd gone to Sella, which is out of Wisconsin. And so what they do is they send the teacher to your area. So you need enough students in your area to have a class.
And that's how you met our mutual friend.
That's how Daphneleah met Edie?
Yeah.
Ah, all right.
Right?
All right.
Yes.
Like
Because you brought Edie.
Edie had told me about Sella, but I was curious for our listeners.
Yeah.
Does Sella still exists, right?
I don't think. I want to say no, because I think Spiral Door took over.
Well, they were two different, I don't want to say institutions, but two different schools.
Yeah.
Schools of thought.
Yeah.
All right.
And the people that produced it, they're different.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Sella was wonderful.
So what did you learn there?
A lot of, practical things. How to do this, how to do that. Why this matters, why that matters. So
The symbolism of, we just did a show on correspondences. So it sounds like that, and ritual as well.
yes, I got more of the ritual out of Circle of Aradia, that training.
And Spiral.
Spiral Door.
Spiral Door was after Sella. I did
Yeah.
2 rounds of Spiral Door after Sella.
Sella seemed to me very bookwormy. Because I
It
did not
was.
take it.
Were you asked to? I mean, I saw from what Edie had a course book. So did you
Yes.
read a lot of books?
I wasn't in Sella. I met her after she graduated from
Let
Sella.
me ask you.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because I will ever be a champion of reading. So because I think you need to know your history, not just to be to be a professional practitioner, but a practitioner of your spirituality. I feel if you can get your hands on some of the books and the resources that help you think and build and grow, now your practice is alive, whatever your practice may be. And anyway, so that's why my question's about Sella.
Right.
Also enthusiastic about that.
Yeah.
We had that amazing workbook that women had put together.
Yes.
And then we had homework. And then we had the woman that would come and teach us for a weekend. So we did have the practical application.
Which is what I like.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of learning. I like
the
having my book
practical.
and my words, and that's my perceptual recipe. And for me, learning, I have my words. I love my words. I love my books. I love my books. I love to read. But I learn better if you show me. Let me get hands-on. And then if you tell me a story.
Practical application.
Exactly. Practical application or kinesthetic. Which is why I carry this with me, because I need to hold something as I'm speaking.
This is a
so
wand.
beautiful. What is
she
that?
has a
It's
small
beautiful.
wand that
Sierra
she
gave me that.
carries.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yes, thank you. And so, if you tell me a story, more than likely that will remain in my mind, and I will remember, whatever I'm supposed to learn. Which, by the way, going on our tangent, Daph years ago told me the analogy of the snake.
Help
You
me.
don't, because I tell everyone.
Oh,
I'm like, my
lovely.
friend Daph told me this about when things are painful in your life to remember the snake.
Yeah, I got that from Regina Richardson.
Did you?
Yes.
Can you tell? Can you tell that story?
Yeah.
Is it when you're shedding the skin?
Yes.
So a lot of people think that shedding the skin is just an easy thing, right? The snake just moves out of it and the old skin falls off. No. The snake has to throw itself against the rocks and pull it off and move and wiggle and throw itself again and
my.
pull it off and pull it off. It's a project. That's what change is like.
It really is. My
Except for this
goodness.
last week, I did this amazing thing. And it was just being in the flow. So it could be both.
Yeah.
Do you think it gets easier? Because I think we're always in transformation. We're always coming into being. We're
Hopefully,
always transforming. And sometimes, hopefully you're not rewriting the book every change that comes along. But not knowing that about snakes, yes, I would think that would be true, that it's not always easy. And one piece sloughs up on the left side and then on the right.
And you feel like
You're
you're
working through
dying
it.
because you're knocking yourself against the rock.
Okay, now I'm all excited about body listening. So
Yes.
how does this
Can I do a really
work?
bizarre change
Do.
here? Snakes.
Yes.
They often, I don't know why a lot of us get creeped out by snakes. I don't want to have a snake for a pet, but they're amazing. And I saw this video once. You know, they all live in a little den.
Mm-hmm.
And the mommy snake was nesting the babies in the little eggs. But she had to get something to eat. But she didn't trust those other snakes not to eat her eggs,
For
right?
babies, yeah.
So she ran out, got something to eat, and ran back. Mommies are mommies no matter what. I love that so much.
That's so true.
It's so bad.
I'll be gone 2 minutes and I'll be right back.
Don't move.
I love that.
I do love out of Egypt the Urias, or the serpent of the world, because it's the connection between you and spirit, and it is about transformation. But no, holding a snake in my hands, I have yet to do that in the world, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure I need to. Thank you very much.
I can talk to the snakes and listen to what they're saying, but I don't want to touch them either. No.
Do you do body listening for animals?
Some animals, so easy. I have such an accent when I talk to cats. I don't know why. See, I can say cats. I don't know what's going on with the cats.
They're New Yorkers.
I have two
I
cats.
can see that. No, well, my speech shifts talking to my cats. It's
Yes.
back to my husband like this, but my cats, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's really training. Right? You want to keep training with anything. That's why we get better at the particular thing.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
So what happens with body listening? How does it, what do
Let's do it.
you do? Oh, all right, please.
Okay. So put your hand, I'm going to be talking to Inanna now. Put your hands on your heart and just breathe. And what I really want to do is put my hands on you, but let's just do it like this. I'm going to say put your hands where your, the bottom of your ribs, that little spot
Solar
right there.
plexus.
Okay.
Right.
And just love yourself. Love yourself there, because this is a part of your body particularly or specifically that works really, 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 really hard to get things done. So you want to spread that energy around throughout your whole body, and don't rely on your energy so much. Right? You're going to want to pull from the sky and pull from the earth. So you're not the one. So in your case, you want to learn to surrender and rely on someone else. So rely on these goddesses, maybe two that you love the most. Start letting them carry the weight. Let them do a lot of the work for you. And especially with your stomach, let the energy run through your body. All right. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Ooh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
much energy ran from my head right down to my solar plexus.
Yeah.
Almost dizzying in a good way.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't mean suddenly spinning, but just in a good way, that I allowed the center to hold the energy, and then allowing spirit to hold the energy. Oh,
I know that spirit,
powerful.
I've heard that, we're the temple for spirit. But it's not because spirit is hiding somewhere in here, in there. It's spirit is in each little tiny cell at the very, very core.
Yeah.
It's buzzing and it's alive. So the body is the material temple for spirit that's running through. So that spinning is like, oh, she touched us. Yay. She got it. So it's lovely. Would you like a little something, something?
Okay.
Yes.
Put this
Sheila
down, or-
Marie's turn.
Yeah, put it down.
Okay.
Okay, so just put your hands on your thighs. Not thighs, whatever this is.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Legs.
The leg, the top of the
Whatever.
leg. And breathe in. And for you, it's a lot in the back of your neck and your upper shoulders. So what they're screaming is, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. And you don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to. This is for your personal information. what is the thing that they're begging you to listen to that you refuse to acknowledge? And if you're still refusing, just consider saying, okay, I'm willing to consider listening to what my shoulders and my neck are saying. I'm willing to consider it. Is there any bit of the information that you can hear at this point?
There's a lot. So.
Okay, so pick one thing. Pick one thing.
Okay.
Are you willing to look at that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So put your hands on the back of your neck. And I would say two things. One, thank you. Thank you for always trying to get me to hear this. And the second thing is thank you. I know you're on my side. Thank you. And then put your hands on your heart to say, I love you. Thank you for sharing that with me. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, it's like I'm coming back into the body. How long have you been doing this work?
So in this way, for real,
Yeah.
I don't know. At least
How long have you been coming to this work?
Forever.
Right, that's the process
Isn't
of life,
that
right?
the
But
life? Yeah.
doing it like that, at least 10 years, and it could be 15. I don't know. I have to go check.
It's beautiful.
Thank
I love
you.
what's going on. And what else do you do to support the body listening? You do teach people how to listen into themselves, but then I was also looking at some of your work that says then the next process is supporting people in their desires or their changes.
Okay, so let's say we had this, but it was a little longer session.
A longer, yes,
Right?
I'm sure.
So then your body would say, I need this action and this action to continue my health and sanity.
Ooh, I like that
Right?
sanity.
So it's
The sanity part. Of
That's
late,
important.
the sanity part is necessary.
So then it would be with an in-person visit, a telephone conversation. It's a series of interactions.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So a person could come to you and get one session, but they could do several, which would help them go deeper and deeper and solve more issues. Have you found, so this is, it sounds like a work of becoming, but a work of healing. Have people actually then rebalanced or regrouped or shifted out of illnesses or medical issues?
Yeah. I like that. I think I've heard the word becoming 3 times since I got here today. And I think, isn't that what Michelle Michelle Obama's book called Becoming?
Oh, it is
Yeah,
Becoming.
Becoming.
That's
And then she had a
right.
video that came out with people of all ages saying what their becoming is, like how they're coming through, and we used to say the word authentic a lot. That was the big word.
That was the big word.
And
oh my
so
goodness.
it's another way
Right.
of who you really are shining through you.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to hear that word
Oh,
here
isn't
and
that
everywhere.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Becoming. I
Yeah.
like. Thank you for pointing that out.
Well, Michelle's
Evolving.
amazing.
She
My
is.
personal friend, Michelle.
Yeah, you're like this. She is
Someday.
amazing.
She feels like everyone's
Right?
personal friend.
Yeah,
She
that's
really
true.
does.
And we needed her voice right now, and so I'm so glad her book is out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her nurturing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, moving back to you.
Okay.
So we graduated spiral door, but I think you graduated in the first spiral.
I took it twice. I think you were in my second class.
I did both, but then I had my daughter, so I had to start over because I missed too much, which
So
was
maybe
good.
you were in both of mine.
Yeah.
And I don't remember.
Did we? Yeah. Did we? Yeah. So we graduated, and then you became priestess.
I did.
I was there.
Can't wait to hear about this. Yeah, goddess community.
It's fabulous. So I will say that when I first became a priestess, I would see priests or ministers at the airport or something wearing their white collar, or a minister in service, and I'd be like, "You're just like me." Not so much in their reality.
No, not in their thinking.
No, that's what I love about Daph. She's so loving.
Look, me too.
We're sharing this.
Yes, that's exactly how I felt. So, like everything, it evolved organically. So I'd taken all these classes. I did a lot of service. I volunteered a lot. I believed in what I was doing. I still do. And so the next thing was to be ordained.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's more reading and more work in that.
Yes, there we go. Yes. The path I went down as well.
Yeah. So it's lovely. And then you claim the service that you do in the world.
Yes.
So since I live as a spiritual person, spirituality excites me. I love being of service. It was a way to claim that in this world, the 3D world, and in the spiritual world and other realms. So everybody knows she's serious and this is what she's doing. We're going to support her in her work. So I'm about love and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my path. And then what happens since then is sometimes if I feel like I can't possibly do this next thing, it's too scary, then I'll think, by golly, I'm a priestess. I can do it. I can do it. Okay.
Superhero.
Yeah. So I'll just do it. The thing is, you know how you want.
Good for you. Boy, that took years for me.
Yeah.
I kept going, no, you must be mistaken. No.
Well, I'm 54, so it took a couple days.
It took to take it.
Well, so whatever my next goal is, right? Excuse me, a little frog in my throat.
Right.
And then you look at it and I think, how am I going to get there from where I am here? It's confusing and challenging. And then I think, oh, I can't. You just can't. That's too far away. It's impossible. All those other people did it, but and then I hear,
but never mind that.
Right. And then I hear that little voice. But you're a priestess. That's right. Okay, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? So I do go back to it. I go back to it. If I could do that, I could do whatever the next thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have the support for it, the underlying support for
Right.
it. Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's the thing. I keep having to remind myself, oh yeah, I'm not standing out here alone on that branch.
No.
The whole
As a matter of
tree.
fact, the whole tree
Right.
is holding me up.
Yeah.
Yes,
And some
right,
groves.
exactly.
Right. I was going to say, and then the other trees around you. Right.
Yeah.
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 So if you could talk about it how has it changed from being the priestess, the young priestess you were, to where you are now?
I love being 54.
She really does.
I do.
Yeah, she does not. And I love that you say that, like, I'm not a girl, I'm a woman.
Yeah, thank you very
In
much.
Los Angeles,
Thank you
there's
very
this
much,
thing where
yeah.
people won't call you ma'am. Miss. Okay, I left that bus or train or whatever it is a long time ago. Just like you're going to call the man next to me sir, just call me ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a problem in the South. I don't know why that's a problem here.
Here. That's right. Yeah, it's not an insult. It's not an insult.
But there's a lot of women who get insulted.
Yeah, a lot of my friends who I love very much, this is one topic we definitely do not agree on. They want to be called Miss, which if that makes you happy, great. I'm giving you my point.
Yes.
I always reward the people that call me ma'am.
Oh,
She
that's
does.
beautiful. If you don't like, I doubt you have a problem with this one. But someone told me a few years ago that don't use the word crone. We're trying to eradicate
What?
that, and I was like, but that does if the fears of the visual, and that it means you're wrinkled and so forth, that's not what it really means. It's wisdom. It's the power of the divine feminine within you as you age, as you continue to become and mature. And I personally don't want to lose our words.
No.
I agree.
So-
I love maiden, mother, crone.
Crown.
That the year has that season.
Mm-hmm.
Spring
Yes.
to winter. We get wrinkly. That's what happens.
It's life.
Why is that
It's
not
all,
good?
why is that
Yeah.
a problem?
Why is that a
Yeah,
problem?
And we
You
get
can be
wise.
youthful
And
and healthy and still have wrinkles.
Yeah.
And to
Uh-huh.
look. Yes, right.
No sé.
So-
Yo tampoco.
and within a goddess community, you have all roles, and there's respect also.
Oh,
and
yeah.
respect is earned. It's not just because you became some particular age, but that's crown as a crowning.
I have a story I
word.
wanted to share with you about this.
Please. This is sent chills through my body. Like, yes, please.
She has good stories.
It's just I was watching the Oscars. I love it. It's so pretty. And so one thing I noticed repeatedly is that if you watch, we have the myth in our society that, being whatever, 20 to 34 is the right age.
The right age.
That's the
yes,
best
right.
age.
Yes.
But if you watch the Oscars, the people that are winning all the Oscars are maybe 34, right? Because sometimes actresses or actors will be in that younger range. But the people behind are usually older because they have to know what they're doing.
People
Yes.
running the show.
So watch that. Watch it on YouTube or the next one or whatever because it's so inspiring. Yeah, we're going to know stuff. I love that.
Because we've been there. We
Uh-huh.
lived life.
They have
Yes.
experience. They've done this many movies. They've done this. They've done
Yes.
that. It's lovely.
It seems like the age of the winners is older. There are a few young, but it is older now, and I really appreciate seeing that.
Especially if they have jobs where they have to, like director,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
editor, makeup.
Producer.
But you want to see a mature actor with
I do.
all the
Yeah.
multiple layers
Yeah. Yeah.
of personality that can come.
Although
through.
I just saw the boy from that show in that movie, The Lone Ranger. He was wearing the mask.
Oh goodness, Army Hammer.
Paul.
No, he's
Paul
little. He was
Rudd.
like 10.
Oh, the boy. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. Okay.
he was such a good, impeccable actor, and he was like 8 or 10.
There are some
So yeah.
great young
Old
actors.
soul.
That's what I think sometimes when I see someone young, and you can almost see the old person
Yeah.
just emerge from them. It's like, all right, how long have you been here? How many times?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that we've been watching is A Beautiful Boy with Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet.
I don't know it.
He was in
He's with Steve Carell in the film about addiction.
Okay, I know that,
Beautiful
but I haven't
Boy.
seen it yet.
Okay.
Oh, you liked it, yeah. But he's one of those who totally has an old soul.
Mm.
And that
Yes,
is
it
a
just
really
comes out.
yeah, and that is a really good movie because it is about addiction and the 12-step programs.
Also another place for spirituality.
Absolutely.
I was going to say you are I don't know if you advise 12-step programs, but you feel positive about 12-step programs, yes?
I feel positive about them. Yes.
Yes. I had no idea there's so many 12-step programs out there.
There are a lot of them. Yeah, I've suggested people go to them. I was raised in a home. My father took me to 12-step AA when I was 4 years old, when he finally quit drinking. So I was raised in those rooms, which I always say that's why my voice is raspy, because of all the smoking in the rooms. But yes, to me, that was every bit as much as there was Christianity, there were the 12 steps.
Which is very
also,
spiritual,
so
yeah.
deeply spiritual.
Yeah.
Talk about transformation
Yeah.
through them. Yeah, very much so. But going back to God, so of the goddess, who do you feel connected to, if you don't mind talking about that?
No, I'm
Who
super
of the
excited about this.
goddesses are you?
I'm really connected to Medusa and
Ooh.
Aphrodite.
Yes. I forgot about Medusa and you. Yeah.
Medusa, her story has been changed so much by people that don't want to know I don't know. Let me just say that Medusa, the good story, the actual story,
Please tell
is
that
when
story.
Poseidon raped Medusa in Athena's temple. Athena wasn't mad at Medusa. She was mad at Poseidon.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So her gift to Medusa was the snakes so that she could protect herself and other women. It was a gift. So then when she was living on the island, then she used that, because who were the only people she ever turned to stone? the bad guys.
The bad guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she was
If we
protecting.
could have noticed that, if we could have seen that, yeah.
So she was always just a protector and just a normal person or normal being that was helping. So when I am in a situation where I'm in public and I'm afraid, I always call on Medusa.
Ooh.
Because I know that she's kind and I know
Yes.
she's really, really powerful. So I love Medusa.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I was
can
going to say,
see her. She's got that. This takes me to India and the Hindu gods and goddesses with all the arms. I've actually often thought of them as kind of a Medusa, the ability to reach for everything you need, your astral energies, but your tools, all of your tools,
That's lovely.
in you and without. So that's amazing to hear.
And what you just said is amazing too.
And
Aphrodite.
And Aphrodite.
Of the sea,
Yes.
of maritime religion. Oh, there's something else I can't remember. And travel.
which you like
And
to
love.
do.
Oh, and love. Right. She's just fantastic.
Daphneleah loves France.
I love France.
Oh.
I love traveling. Did I wear it? Oh, no, I didn't wear it. And people would honor her and ask for her help in, negotiations. That's what it was. So it wasn't just maritime religion. It was also the trade. So business. She's fantastic.
I didn't even think about that. I like that.
Yeah.
Huh. So much to ask you.
Thank you.
This is an interesting one because, and this is also a connection here. Daph loves Disneyland.
Yes.
And,
Well, for a spiritual place,
Yes.
a lot of
Oh
people
my.
don't know the Daphneleah experience
oh yeah,
because it's a temple for me.
yeah.
I can find the magic. They have so much magic anyway. Although I do know, I'm so sorry, more has been revealed about the corporate stuff, which just like everything, the pros and the cons.
Difficult.
So I'm going to focus on the pros at this moment.
Good.
Some of the reasons I love Disneyland so much are it's a spiritual place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lovely analogy for how we can be out in everyday life. And it's concentrated, so we can use all of our love skills in a place that's needed. You know, some people, everybody spends a lot of money to get in there, but some people it's really a lot of money.
Yes.
So there's fear and nerves. And, just by walking by somebody and just being love, you can calm them down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it's toward the end of the day and I've bought gifts for the kids so they can color or whatever, so that they're in line, so they can calm down, and the parents can take a breath. People trust me. I took one boy and he was waiting with me while his mom went on Haunted Mansion because he was of an age where he I guess should have been able to go on, but he was still scared.
He's like, Too
So I
much.
said, yeah. So I said, I'll just sit with him.
Yeah.
So she was adorable. When she came out, she did realize maybe that wasn't the best decision.
It's my child.
Wait a minute.
Pretty much.
Why did I leave my child?
But when she saw that
Right.
he and I had a good time
Yes.
and he was calm, then she felt better. It was the right decision, and it was. So she actually had done the right thing.
But you have such beautiful energy, so even
Yes.
people who might not be in our community, they can feel it.
They can feel it. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what we can do at Disneyland. Just be of service.
Yes.
Enjoy everything we're supposed to do in life. Have fun. Just spend a normal amount of money. We're not supposed to buy everything at Disneyland, right? But if you want to buy a food or a little treat, okay. We want to
Enjoy the mystery.
Yes. And it's a place where creativity has come alive in the 3D world.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
nobody did it by themselves.
Right.
Right? It's
Right.
just so exciting.
That was what I liked about I worked at Disney Studios, and it was one of the corporate areas, but if you went to Imagineering, and even if
I've
you
been
went
there.
to the Disney stores and you just saw the closer connection to creativity and imagination, and that imagination actually did have free reign in some places. Yes, there's corporate stuff, but that there's a space for that, and Disney envisioned that. That's phenomenal. And it's not, and nothing is all black and white. It's there are mixtures of things going on, but just to have that space for that kind of creativity, isn't that amazing? Especially more and more as you look at the world, that there are places to go where you can just let yourself be the child, the kid.
Okay, I want to expand on that too. I've been doing a lot of teaching lately. And so what I've been teaching is going inward. So the place to really go, because I was running fast and hard from my insides. And then that's the place where all that magic lives, the creativity lives. It's in our backyard. It's when we go to the store. It is magical. Being alive is magical.
Yes.
Like, it is the fact that I'm still alive today. Some people have a much shorter lifespan than I have.
Yes, I understand that.
I do not. I'm always amazed. Always amazed, like if I just switch that, I can't believe I have to get in my car and drive to get gas. Really?
Get in your car.
It's a miracle. Like somebody invented the car. I have money and time to go get gas. And then I just change my thinking.
Well, I always get upset when people are like, ugh, another birthday. And I'm like, what's the alternative?
What would be, yes, right. Think about that.
And they're like, yeah, but I don't want it. I'm like,
I know. Another day where you're celebrated and people love you and it's all about you.
Daph and I like that.
I thought about that, though, as a kid. Well, I was an only child, so I was around adults an awful lot, but I would choose what kind of adult I wanted to be from who I saw my parents with. It's like, well, look, these ladies are in their 60s. I would be like 13, but they're in their 60s and they're having fun. The ones I'm thinking of right now, there was a trip we were on, and they were having a blast, and I could see the girl in the adult women, and I just thought, I was like, that's it. That's the way I'm going, as opposed to ones I might see they're just in pain all the time, serious all the time, not having a good experience of life. And I, in my spiritual practice, coming through meditation, everything, it was always about choice, isn't it? Isn't your practice, isn't your work in your evolution and your becoming about free will and choice? And you don't, even if you're in pain, can you find the joy?
Yeah, so what you're saying makes me super excited and happy. So let's say you're at Disneyland.
All right.
Right, and you're of a certain age, like I am. That's exactly it. So if I'm healthy of mind and body, when I'm there enjoying the day, enjoying my life, what it does is gives hope to children.
Ooh, thank you.
And then so the other thing that's lovely to do with children is always smile at them.
Yes.
Just give them a little smile, because it validates that they're alive. You see them and that there's a reason to smile. And at Disneyland, you have access to a lot of children. So it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
See, this is why I like being around.
Isn't that interesting? I had used my thoughts about adults as being examples, but I don't think, at Disneyland I had not been thinking about that. I'm often with other adults who are playing as much as the kids are playing, which is just such a lovely place to be in.
So, we'll have you back as well, Miss Daph.
Thank you.
Because, you have some, we're not going to talk about that yet, but there's
it's
some.
coming.
Yeah.
Surprises.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
Evolving.
All right.
Evolving. Manifesting creativity.
Oh,
stuff.
wonderful. All right.
But
All
for
right.
now.
It's lovely having you here today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But for now, what do you, can you tell us how to get a hold of you for body listening and other things, because you
And
also
any,
perform.
and any upcoming.
I literally have not
Any
don't have that memorized.
Okay.
I sent it to you to put it on the little link.
But you also, because you are a priestess,
Yes.
you can do ceremonies, which we say we can marry and bury.
That's right.
And
Well, I've done a lot of
christenings.
goodness.
moontime rituals.
Moontime,
Yeah.
which is
When a girl has
So you
her
do
first
weddings,
menarche. Yes.
And you're, okay, all right.
This is
go
my
ahead,
favorite
please.
ritual.
Yes, this is beautiful. All right, you do this work.
so moontime ritual.
Sharing what that is.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Please, yes, share, please share.
So some girls want to honor that. It's a
Yes.
really big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bat mitzvah, right? So bar mitzvah,
Your first
bat
blood.
mitzvah,
Bat
which is the
mitzvah.
girl.
The
Bat-
girl is
bat
bat
mitzvah.
bat mitzvah.
I was trying to say
yes.
it right, and I
You
just
got
couldn't
right
get it.
now.
And so obviously it's specific to each girl. I find out what she likes, what she wants to do, how she wants to have the particular ritual.
Yes.
And then we do exactly what she wants.
Yeah, there you go. Like, play that out.
Yeah. And so we have a
With the
spirit-
support of her friends.
Her
right?
friends and
her
her-
community,
yeah.
the girls' community.
So my daughter's was extraordinary.
I cried.
It was amazing. So Dina, our friend, was massaging her in her room while everybody else was doing a little preparation in the rest of the house.
Oh.
And then one of my friends wrote a song for her. Her aged friends, Donna.
Donna, she met Donna.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you saw
Donna
her
Miller.
singing.
Donna Elaine
Oh.
Miller.
And so
It was great seeing you all, actually.
Thank
Just
you.
seeing you all together. I can feel
So it was just
the
lovely.
connection.
Her aged
go ahead.
friends were
Yes.
wearing red, and the ones that hadn't started bleeding were wearing white.
That's my daughter.
And it was an honoring, and the only man there was her dad. It was just beautiful.
Oh.
And she you cross the threshold in a manner that's part of the
Right.
ritual. So we're honoring her, like,
yes.
come join the women.
And that's
I'm gonna
not-
cry. It was beautiful.
And that's not embarrassing, or even. I mean, by that point, hopefully you've
It depends
talked
on the
through-
girl.
it
Yeah,
does
like
dep-
my
I'm sure
daughter
it does depend on the
did
girl.
not want
Yeah.
a ritual, and I was really hoping she wanted to. And when she was that young and she went to your daughter's, she did want one.
Thank you so much. So my Instagram is Daphneleah, SK. My website is so Daphneleah spelled DAPHNELEAHSK. The website is bodylisteningforwomen.weebly.com. And on Facebook, it's Body Listening for Women by Daphneleah.
So what we are going to do now, we are using Austin Wells, who's a friend and a beautiful, wonderful spiritual medium, created the Divine Insight cards. And it's not a deck of cards you have to know. You don't have to know all the symbolism and so forth, but you can draw one or two cards and gather the information for a reading just from where they are. So I was thinking we could choose an intention. Shall we just say cards for the day? Or is there a particular thing you would want to draw cards for?
I have something, and I think
Go for it.
just the nation at large, just sending love.
Sending love?
You want to expand on that?
Yes, exactly. So, yes, that this is a nice focus for love
Loving
that's in
kind-
within and without.
Loving kindness?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So if you want to draw.
Oh, I get to?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
please.
fancy. That one. Oh, it's so
my.
pretty.
Isn't it though?
It's a carousel horse.
Yes.
I love carousel.
And considering what
Yes.
Disneyland.
I'm always saying, this is how we know spirit is present. It knows what we've been talking
Yes.
about. Do you want to draw one more?
Yes.
Yes.
With my
please.
other hand,
Yes.
which is not hard to do at all
excellent.
with all the microphones.
Oh my.
What is it?
All right, spirit.
Oh.
So we have a carousel horse and an angel. Well, goodness. The carousel. Go ahead. I won't be I don't have to be the first one. I just see something, that's all.
Oh, no,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
The carousel does make me think of the carousel itself, and that we're often living in a cycle, and to be consciously aware of where we are in the cycle of facing what we need to face, yes. But we can, when you're living in a circle, you can look back and come back to the present moment. You can look forward into the future and come back to the present. And in that place of presence, you can heal, be inspired, know what you need to know, feel what you need to feel, and you travel on.
We've been around each other.
And I'm reminded, Corey was talking about the horse being the body, but that's true
Corey
also
Roberts.
in Corey Roberts, who was a guest. But in India too, the horse is considered the physical body, and considering the work that you do, there's that. And then angels, who we think of as healing and all sorts of other things. Anyway, that's what I'm starting to see here.
Lovely. Do you want to go next, or you want me to go?
You go.
Okay.
I got.
So, yeah, I was, I feel very confirmed and validated with these cards. So with the spirit is a little statue of a very young girl. And this is, the more mature we become, the more we are willing to learn our lessons and change and can grow, the more childlike we can become, because we're safe. We can be free because we know we will take care of business and we will take care of others. The more mature we become, spirit moves through us freely. The resistance is down, the blocks are gone, and spirit moves freely. And then the carousel, well, we did talk about Disneyland a lot. And I just watched The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp yesterday, and the white horse in it was spirit.
Oh, yes.
And
right.
he said to the horse, about the horse, I don't know if the horse is acting dumb or pretending to act dumb. And spirit plays those jokes on me all the time. Right? It's like, I just have to accept it is what it is. And then, that's right, sometimes the carousel horse goes in a circle and the music is lovely and it's nice and we're having a great time. It's good. And then sometimes, like in Mary Poppins, the horse pops off and we get a little adventure. It's also good. So those are the things I got.
Here, let me put them side by side for you.
For
There
some
you go.
reason, the carousel horse reminds me of candy. So, and just
sweetness
and just happiness. I mean, the minute you see, most of the time when you see carousel horse, you're like, oh my gosh, yay, you okay? So, I do feel we're getting closer to that. And then we have the angel who, the angel statue, which, I've gotten over that phobia of the statues, but it feels very maternal. So, yeah, I'm not sure how it's all relating, but yeah, the maternal holding your hand as you go forth to the happiness. So hopefully we can all do that
she's
together.
somehow protective of
Yeah. I mean, literally, she's looking over at
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Yeah, it all feels, both of those in real life, when I see them, it just gives me a sense of like sacredness.
Yeah, I agree.
Even a carousel, yeah, it does do that.
Yeah.
So just that's
so it's
just
kind of a reassurance.
Yeah.
There's a reassurance between the two. We are fine,
we're
just as we are and where we are.
we're gonna be fine. So Miss Daff, you have a quote.
Yeah,
Yes,
I just found
please.
this last week. It's by Tara Stiles. She's the founder of Strala, and it could be Strala. I've only seen it written. I don't know how it's pronounced. And she's the one that said, eat like you love yourself. Move like you love yourself. Speak like you love yourself. Act like you love yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is beautiful. And what we need. And
Yes.
absolutely what we need right
And
now.
I think that totally is you. Because I know I've had those moments where I've been hard on myself and you're like, don't be so mean to my friend Sheila Marie. I love her.
I do.
Oh.
So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You did
You're
it.
welcome, and thank you.
Wow. Great guest.
Thank you, Paul
Thank you.
Preston, for being awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allison Warner,
Warner.
for
yes.
all you do. Thank you, David Shostak, for your music. Thank you for joining us in Cruising in the Light and Shadow.
My name is Anana Moon.
I'm Sheila Kichamarie, reminding you that love is everywhere. Our lives touch everyone and everything. Please go forth in love.
And to everyone, Sat Nam.